Well, good evening or good afternoon or wherever you are in this part of this great place called the planet Earth. We're welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so excited about you being here. We got a great lineup tonight with partner.co. Of course, my great host is right there in the great state of Florida. And so we'll get on with this thing here in just a few minutes. I want to welcome everybody, relax. And so we're going to share some information, what I believe is the greatest movement taking place in health and wealth industry in the world right now. I believe we're positioned properly, what I call the perfect storm, with leadership, right product, and the right compensation plan is all coming together. You may not want to be a partner with us in the sense of building. That's okay. But I do know this. Everybody wants to be a part of our great wellness program. So with that being said, we're going to get started here. Today's theme is really about international, about building a business from I live in Richmond, Virginia. How do I get a business in Canada? How do I expand my business in Australia? We're going to talk about that right there. And we did it all from our cell phone in the privacy of our home without ever really leaving the living room. In fact, we could have watched the football game and texted that at all at the same time. So I'm going to turn it over to my great co-host, Ashley, her and her husband here. I love their statement. They had their dream life jobs, but they weren't living their dream life until they got here. And so they're living an extraordinary lifestyle right now. She'll share that with you, but I'm excited about being able to work with her. And so I'm going to turn it over to Ashley. Get after it, girl. You're the best.
Thanks, Fred. Well, I just want everybody to relax. And, we sat in your shoes, what you're about to see, going right through life, just like you are. I had my dream job, like Fred said, being a stay-at-home mom. That's all I ever wanted to do. And my husband had his dream job of being a high school football coach. So although we both had our dream jobs, we didn't necessarily have our dream life. We woke up and found ourselves living paycheck to paycheck. And I don't know if anybody's ever done that before, but I can tell you from experience, it's not fun at all. And it's a lot of work. So we got shown, like I said, what you're about to see. And we just got started on a very part-time basis. But over time, it kind of walked us right into a full-time income, and it walked him out of and retired him from coaching and teaching in a young age at like 32, I believe he was. So, it has allowed us to live life on our terms. It has allowed us to be full-time parents and allowed us to live on residual income. So at every different levels in life, it's different for everybody. So that's what I love about our company. That, we all have, it doesn't matter how many degrees you have or anything like that. It just matters is your desire for something different. We all have a level playing field here. So the name of the company is partner.co. We're global. We're in over 50 countries around the world. But here's what makes us really unique. And this is what I love. You never know who you know, right? Or where their family might come from. If you're thinking, I just think like Mississippi or Louisiana, or I'm right here in Florida. It's hard for me to get into that bigger scale, but I want to bring in two amazing ladies that have grown up and lived here in the United States, and then just kind of share. You just never know who you know that might be right around the corner that might take you into an international or global business. So Lee Marie, do you want to go first, or?
Come on up, girl. Go for it, Lee.
Sure. Hi. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you all for being with us and spending some time with us. Yeah. As you all can tell, I have an Asian background. So where I pull, my thought of how to establish a global business for myself is I just really look at what's really immediately around me. So both of my parents, my father was recruited. He was in college in the Philippines and was recruited into the Navy. And my mom was finishing up nursing school in the Philippines and was recruited, like many others at that time, into the medical field here in the United States. So what I've been able to do and really kind of just using what is around me and what I know is family, and noticing where family is. For example, connecting with family who are now business partners that are in Canada, looking at other relatives all over the globe. And then from there really is our friends and having conversations with folks and realizing, oh yeah, I've got a brother that lives in Australia. I've got a sister or a cousin that lives here, or a coworker. So from going there and just really expanding and letting go of my inhibitions and just sharing, it's like, oh wow, that's great, Australia. What do you think? Do you think they would be interested in learning about what I'm doing and what others are doing in Australia, and maybe joining this wonderful company? So anyway.
And you are right there in Virginia, correct?
I am in Virginia, right here in Virginia, and making connections. It's wonderful. And we've already, Fred has already mentioned, the health and wellness, but the technology, doing everything from the phone. So I do a lot, everybody knows about WhatsApp, Viber, Facebook Messenger. And, they'll send a message at midnight my time. I'll see it first thing in the morning and reply. And it's really fun and interesting to really be, have this global connection and building a business that really has no boundaries.
That's right. No boundaries. That's exactly right. I love that. And so, Fred, I'll let Dr. Joy kind of come in and just share how she's already starting to grow a global business that y'all live in Virginia as well, but are expanding and have expanded already.
Yes. Hi, good morning. I'm Joy, and I came here to the United States about 35 years ago just to look into better opportunities. I graduated from medical school in the Philippines, did some training there, but unfortunately I had to do training again here in America. And I just retired 3 months ago from 30 years of pediatric practice in Richmond, Virginia. Anyway, as you know, Filipinos are everywhere. Our biggest export, well, one of our biggest export are nurses and caretakers. And a lot of my colleagues, doctors, they travel, they go all over the world to find opportunities. So I have friends in the UK, Australia, Singapore, everywhere. And Filipinos are everywhere. So we have connections, and that's how I plan to start my global business.
We're already in Canada, and we're also in Australia, and we've got 2 other countries we're not prepared to mention, but we're doing very well. It's only because we network who we already know. That's it.
I love it. And that's just like what Leah Marie said, no boundaries on your business. So here's what makes us really unique and sets our company apart from any other company out there. So not that we're just global and we're in over 50 countries, but now we're partnered with doctors from all around the world. So our products are doctor created, but backed by science. And the one thing that they all have in common across the board is a no compromise philosophy. What does that really mean for you and I? It means that we have 0 negative ingredients in our products, and that all of our products come at clinical doses. They're not just fairy dusted in the ingredients like the products that you go get off the shelf at the stores. So we have over 215 published clinical studies, and we have about 30 or so products that's in the physician desk reference. Here's our third-party certifications. So we have over 100 products, right? We've got like anything from clean energy drinks to liquid superfoods, nutritional supplements, balancing hormones and weight loss, gut health, clean skin care. So we just sit right in the middle of 7 different multi-billion-dollar industries out there. We are already out there buying something in one of these industries, if not one in every single one of them, right? We're just getting it from either Whole Foods, Amazon, Instagram, Facebook ads, or whatever that is. And we're getting them, using them with little results, and they're not very good quality in what's happening. So now I just look at through yourself what you're already using. And now you just redirect your spending through yourself, right? Now you're getting great quality products that give you real results, which is what we're all looking for. I'm just going to talk about 2 products tonight. One of them is our Slenderize drops. And they were created by 2 doctors out in California. They were created to balance hormones. And so they ran this clinical trial. At the end of the clinical trial, 9,000 patients went through it. The one thing that they saw in common across the board with everybody as a side effect was weight loss. So you got to sit there and think at a positive side effect to a product. I can't tell you the last time I heard about that. So I love that, right? And so what it is 2 bottles in a box. The first bottle is Slenderex. It's a blend of 10 different plant leaf extracts. You're going to put it underneath your tongue 3 times a day. It's that simple. All right. It's going to balance your thyroid, balance your pancreas. It's going to help detox the body. The second bottle is the Accelerate. You're going to put it underneath your tongue twice a day. And it's a blend. It's got your biotin, your pure form of B12, your rhodiola, your rosehip, your ashwagandha root. And so now we're increasing our energy, increasing our metabolism, balancing out our mood, and stabilizing out our cortisol levels, our stress that we get bombarded with all day long. We're going to keep that stabilized out too. So, I like to say that we're not another diet. We're not another fad. We're not another weight loss. We're not starving you. We're not putting you in a box and telling you have to do X, Y, Z for this amount of time frame. Because here's the deal. Everybody's body's different. Everybody's goal here when they come to this is different. So we just give you an approved food list, eat from the approved food list, and use the drops. They only work if they get in your body. They do not work if they sit in the bottle. That's it. It's that simple. So now I'm just going to share real people with real results. So this is Krista. She's a mom of 3. She became a stay-at-home mom. And a lot of times, like most, they start getting isolated, right? And so she'll tell you her biggest win is not so much about the weight loss, although she's down 25 pounds. And her husband, who's a fireman, is down more so than that. But she'll tell you her mood. It's all about her mood. And she just feels better. She's got more energy. The whole mood dynamics of everything is different for her. And that's what I'm hearing across the board. The first 2 things that I hear, I heard it only just from women, but now men are starting to confess up. And I love that because they're saying their mood. So first one's energy. The second thing is their mood. So here's Misty. She'll tell you it's not about the number on the scale. And I love that because what she'll tell you is about the total body transformation. So when she joined here, I believe it was in April timeframe to about 2 weeks ago. So she started with us in a size 14 and she's now in a size 8. Just amazing. Love her transformation. Then we've got Ashley. So she'll tell you her biggest win. I mean, the weight loss is amazing, but her biggest wins that she'll tell you is no more night sweats. No more night sweats. That's huge. And her sugar cravings are basically gone because she would have just a little bit of coffee with her creamers every morning. And so now that's basically gone. And then her husband is a really good story. So if you ever get to listen to it between Ashley and Reese, her husband, he started the drops, only set out to prove her wrong that they were not going to work. And he ended up losing like 30 pounds. So he's way well past that. And he's a firm believer in the drops now. Chelsea, she'll tell you she's a personal trainer. And it's not about the weight loss for Chelsea. She'll tell you it's about her mood. I mean, she's come off 2 medications. One of them being an antidepressant. There's a lot of women that are on antidepressants that to me is a huge win when we can start getting anybody off any kind of medications. They were never meant to be on forever. So I love that. And she'll tell you, it's just, she feels different. She feels amazing. So this is one of our bigger stories. This is Randall. He's a band teacher over in Nashville. Don't just look at his transformation, but look at his whole family transformation. And then we've got Ernest, 72. Look at, just his transformation. And then you got Rashawn. So we've got all ages. We've got, men, women, all. So these work for everybody. And you got Amanda's transformation. Lisa and Mike, I do love their story because they actually sought us out for a business because they own dry cleaners, and the dry cleaners actually own them, is what they'll tell you, and they never had time. And so they were looking to build in an extra stream of income here. And so that was their start with our company, and ended up having a health transformation along the way. So usually it's the other way around. So I really love that story with them. Also, for those that just want to go and get totally ripped up, it's here. Those drops help you do that as well. Michelle, type 2 diabetic. I love her story because she's been able to come off 2 of her medications, one of them being 3,000 milligrams of metformin. You can just see what her A1C went from 9.3 to 5.7. And so now this is a wife, this is a mother, this is a grandmother that now has hope again, that, you know, she just assumed she was going to be a type 2 forever. Like that was going to be her label attached to her on her chart. That's no longer the case anymore. Dr. Crystal had an autoimmune disease, and you know, she did it the doctor's way, and she just was so sick and tired of just being sick and tired. And so she took her health into her own hands, and you can see her transformation. It's been about 3.5 to 4 years now that she's kept her weight where she's at and down, and maintained her weight off. But she'll tell you she now weighs less than the amount of weight she lost. So I just kind of let that sink in for a minute, because that's huge. Ursula, mother of 6, lives at the ball field or cheerleading gym. And so it's just how easy they are and convenient that you just take them with you as you go. And then Kim, you know, she's got muscular dystrophy, and so she cannot exercise. And so she's just like many of us, right? Been on every diet, every weight loss, every doctor prescribed diet out there, and never had success. Her daughter brought home a box of drops for her, and 8.5 months later, she was down 92 pounds. Now that's been 4 years. So she's maintained her weight, because there she is in April on the back of a 4-wheeler that she could have never done 4.5 years ago. I mean, her doctors told her she was 2 years away from being in a wheelchair, that she had to do something different. And so that's where the drops came into her life. She's also had a major financial transformation as well. So all right, so that's our first product. Our second one is called MOA. And what it is 36 superfoods from all around the world into one little bitty old pouch of 1.7 ounces. And it is anything that's got inflammation that's going on in your body, digestive issues, high blood pressure. It is there, right there, to help fight that. It's got 6 medicinal mushrooms in there. You know, not 1, not 2. Most of the products that you out there that have mushrooms usually have 1 or 2. We've got all 6. And here's the thing, it's at clinical doses. So this MOA 36 superfood is not juiced up. It's not watered down. It's pure liquid nutrition at the cellular level for your body. So here's Ernest. He's a tennis coach, and he's on his feet all day long. And he tweaked his ankle that night, and he knew to take 3 MOAs. And then that's the next morning. So this isn't just one isolated. We've got thousands of these stories. This is Jimmy. He's got psoriasis, has dealt with it his whole life. Doctor prescribed spray, compounding spray for his legs, and he's done injections. And his wife, Stephanie, is doing the drops. And so she also started on the MOA and had it in the refrigerator and just told Jimmy to start taking it. We didn't know Jimmy had psoriasis. So therefore, you know, she just told him to start taking it. So he was taking 1 or 2 a day. And this is about over a month to month and a half time frame, just doing 1 to 2 a day. And you can see how the psoriasis is clearing up. And then we've got Miss Deborah. You know, Todd took that picture when he was Zooming with her in January timeframe. She has battled breast cancer and beat it twice. That's rheumatoid arthritis. So she had a walker. She was not getting out of the house much. She was in a lot of pain. So Todd told her, you're going to have to do more than 1 or 2 MOAs a day. And there's 30 that come in a box. So she did a whole box of MOA in 20 days. And then you can see there, right there in that middle picture, that's the results 20 days later. Now, this picture over here of her on the right-hand side was this summer, about August timeframe, over in Daytona Beach. You can just see the difference in her. I mean, I saw the difference in her after a couple of months when I actually met her for the first time. But this lady is full of life and absolutely loving it. I mean, just to see the difference and no inflammation in somebody's body and how it just really changes you, it's amazing. I love her story. It's also there for athletic performance and getting you back in recovery and back into your workouts a lot faster. Kristen was, she's got a gym over in Jackson, Tennessee. She was at one time the #1 CrossFit in Tennessee. She actually trains, I always joke for those that aren't in the SEC football, I always say she trains SEC football players. They actually come to her for her training. So I joke about that because that's serious, right? But she won't go a day without the MOA because it gets her in that, back in that recovery, back in her workouts, her body recovered faster. All right. So like I said, this little bitty old pouch packs a huge punch, reducing inflammation, boosting our immune system, and athletic performance. All right. So, you know, I'm going to switch gears for just a minute and talk on the business side of things. Fred and Leah Marie kind of hit on it at the beginning. You know, the last couple of years, the global events that have occurred have really created this perfect storm out there for us, for our company. So if you've ever wanted to be in the right place at the right time, I know that sounds so cliche, but it's true. We really are. I've been witness to this before and I'm seeing it again right now. So what's happened over the last couple of years that's created this perfect storm that you're seeing is one, the health and wellness industry. Everybody out there is way more conscious now of their health, right? And then two is the technology revolution out there. I mean, this little gadget, who would have ever thought this little gadget could shrink the world like it has on a global scale, right? That's that right there alone. Then the third piece right here of the equation is, I don't even like to say this word because it's like your grandmother's word. It's a home-based business. It's kind of really old school because, you know, we were all sent home. Everybody was sent home over the last couple of years. And then nobody really wants to be at home, but yet nobody wants to be back in the cubicle, right? We want that flexibility, that mobility to be able to work from anywhere and set your own time, set your own schedule. That's what you got your hands on. So it's real simple, real easy. So for $29.95 one time, not once every 6 months, not once a year, it's a one-time membership fee, gets you a global virtual franchise. And what do you get with that, right? It gets you a website. And because we're global, you're global instantly. You got all the countries that we're in, you got all their flags right up there in the corner. Just click on that flag, that country will pop up. And the currency, the products that's in that country and the currency will switch all over for you. You get a back office that keeps track of everything for you, from your orders to your customers to, most important thing, your paychecks. Then to activate, it's real easy. It's 4 boxes of drops, right? It's that simple. So you just sell 3 and you get your box for free. And also too, with that retail profit will also cover your $29.95. So you basically now have a free business. And I don't really like to say the word sell because we really have nothing for sale. We just share. We just share our journey here, our health transformation journey. That's something that we do really, really well, right? When we find a great product that works, we love to share. And I know that my girlfriends, we're all looking for something to have more energy, to feel better, to lose some weight and balance our hormones, no more hot flashes. We're all looking for something like that, and take out our sugar cravings. So when you've got a great product on your hand that gets real results, it's hard not to share it, right? For those that just want the internal consumption, here's that right here packed for you as well. It's 2 boxes of drops and 2 boxes of MOA. All right, the last little piece of the equation is the subscribe and save. And what is that? It's a 100 points worth of product, or $150, whichever one comes first. It will bill every 4th Friday. So, and then that unlocks that 30% discount. It unlocks that weekly paycheck. But if you hear anything, hear what I'm about to say. There's no contract here. And you can change it up every month, the products, if you so choose. You can take and turn around and retail that as well. And that's the really kind of that final piece of the equation, you know, of all the markets coming together with that retail sale of selling the 3 boxes, if that's something that you choose, is that everybody is already and so accustomed to Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, whatever that is. It's nothing. Nobody carries cash anymore, right? Let me just Venmo you. So that's their almost new way of the currency change, right? And so that's that last piece of equation that people are not so hesitant anymore. You know, the technology, the health, our health and wellness side of things, the technology, and then also to everybody wanting that flexibility and mobility. And then we're also used to using our phones and just sending money through Venmo or Cash App. So to me, that is the perfect storm that's going on and brewing right now. And our company is 450 million in revenue, and we're a debt-free company. So we got the #1 compensation plan in the industry. You do not have to take my word for it. You can go look that up for yourself. We were voted on that out of over 10,000 companies. We get paid here 9 different ways. We're not going to kind of go into that tonight. We can go into that to another night. So you can get back with the person that invited you and we can go through that. But this is what's so exciting. So just think outside of the outside of the box of your area where you're at. You get paid 9 different ways. Let's just think of that on a global scale. So I want to bring in Deb and Ken Snyder. This is one amazing couple, right? They're up in Canada. They're top leaders. They have been since they've been here since day 1 in the company. They've been in the industry for 14 years, and they have business like in countries that just blow my mind in where all they build. Hey, Deb, are y'all there? Deb and Ken?
We're here. Thanks.
We are here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this business is crazy. This has not only changed our wealth and our health, but everything else. And just a side note with the drops and everything and seeing all people losing the weight and feeling better.
Incredible.
I'm down about close to 20 pounds. Debbie's down 25 pounds. So it's just the drops are amazing and they do work. It's crazy.
That's exciting. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, we have everything, Ashley. We really do. And 14 years ago, today is our anniversary of coming into the company. And I was working 12-hour days, 7 days a week. Ken was working afternoon shift, graveyard, morning, afternoon, graveyard, morning. And we couldn't see how we were ever going to be able to travel the world. We couldn't see how we could make it to vacation. And we were living dollar to dollar. We had a great career and we're really grateful for it. But we knew if we didn't change, nothing was going to change. And we wanted international. We wanted to travel. Oh, the only traveling we did was myself. I worked in a corporation in North America. So when I traveled, it was with my business that I worked for. So I never got to see the sights. I never got to be with Kenny. I never really saw Kenny, you know, when you work 7 days a week. So we got excited and we said, what if? And we started with this company when there was no international. Canada wasn't open. There was only the United States. And we said, well, we're going to do it. We built that vision and we first started to think everywhere there's a beautiful beach and an ocean, we want a business. We want write-offs. We want to be able to travel. We want to go to Australia. We want to go around the world. We love Mexico. That was our first vision and it grew as we grew. And so, like Fred said, we had to do this on Zoom. In those days, it was Skype. And we had to grow it and we had to launch our business in Australia. That's how we started. We couldn't afford the 15,000, 20,000 it takes to get to Australia. We built it on Skype and then Zoom. And from our phone as technology changed. And we got to know our team and we built them. By the time we got there, it was hundreds and thousands of people that were like-minded like us that wanted to travel, wanted health, want beautiful skin, wanted more in their lives. And as we progress, how did we meet them? We met them at a presentation in Vancouver when I heard that accent and went, where are you from? Oh my gosh, who do you know that would want to be one of the first in Australia? And that's really how simple it really is Mexico
much.
has been massive for us and one of the beautiful beaches in the world. And United States, all over the world, wherever we are as a company, you can build. Now, remember, your backyard needs you too. So remember, all around you, we're in a small town of Vernon of 40,000 people. There are still people here after 14 years that need what we have. They need the wealth, they need the health, they need excitement, they need hope for the future. We are hope ambassadors, and we thought we were doing this to retire. We're doing this to share our passion and to change people's lives and to show what we can really do and make a difference in the world. So we're ordinary people, but we had
Yep.
extraordinary vision, and we built that vision as we went along. So hang on, because Partner Co is taking this to the top. We're the king in the network marketing field right now that's growing
Everybody's looking.
and changing lives. Everyone needs what we have. And so, Ash, we're here to help everybody take their ordinary life and make it extraordinary, because we only have one, and don't live with regrets. So whoever brought you to this call, or whoever sent you this call, they actually have given you one of the largest gifts you'll ever receive. And you might not know that yet, but take a look at it and open it and see what's in that gift, because this could be something that is a game changer for your family forever. So we're so grateful on
Yeah.
Thanksgiving in Canada to be able to come share what we're grateful for, and we're grateful for Partner Co and all of
Love
you.
you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Deb and Ken. We cannot, we've given up your time, especially on Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. They have a massive business on a global scale in over 6 or 7 countries, right? That's amazing.
Yeah.
And they're in
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah. Little Canada. Yeah.
Might be 10 now, but
Might be 10
Yeah.
now.
Who's
But,
counting?
yeah.
I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
10. But that's, I mean, so no boundaries. They
No
saw
boundaries.
no
No boundaries.
boundaries on their business. And that's what you have your hands on here with our company. So just know that when you get back with the person that invited you, and thank you guys, every single one of y'all, for showing up and coming in tonight.
thanks,
Everybody have
Ash.
a good
Thanks,
night.
Fred.
It's awesome.
Good night.
Good job.